those tuning in to Kaynichole After Dark, I am pretty late coming to you guys. So, for those that are just now joining Kaynichole After Dark, this is our segment, which basically is building a bridge between the genders. So I just came from an event this evening, so I just made sure that I rushed home. I didn't expect it to be as late as it was, but I am here. I did make it to you guys, and my nose is running. Hey, how are you? Hope all is well. So for those, like I said, tuning in, be sure to always check out my always keep your crown straight crown and beard oil. It's currently up on Etsy, so definitely check it out if you haven't had a chance to. It's an amazing product. It's done wonders for my hair. It will definitely do wonders for yours. So, I'm sorry, my nose, I was not expecting my nose to be running the way that it is. Okay, so the topic for this evening is planning date night. Okay. Hey, Wendell. Hope all is good with you. So, as I'm saying this, I'm going to be kind of undressing to end my night, because like I said, it's late. I know you guys are tired, but I thank y'all for tuning in with me and being here with me this evening, even though I'm a whole hour and some change late coming to you guys. So planning date night. Okay. This is for those that are in relationships or not in relationships, or even a friendship. Planning date nights, planning interactions so that you guys, the whole point of date night, which I feel people think that it's just to go out and to have fun, and that is the point of it. However, the gist of it and the whole thing about it is having your love language and is spending time together. Okay, where you guys can basically reconnect and talk about your days, do something fun, do something that is like strengthening your bond. Okay, so date night should be considered a strengthening your bond activity, right? So when planning date nights, you should always think about your partner and how y'all can spend time together. Do you guys want to spend it learning? Do you guys want to spend it having fun? Do you guys want to spend it being adventurous? Or just like building a task together. How are you guys going to fulfill this date night, right? So you got to think about, I didn't have my sip for the night. Oh my goodness, we're all off balance because we're starting off late. Maybe that's why, because I don't like this wine. I believe that you can have date nights whenever you want. They should be, I believe they should be frequent and interesting. Okay. I don't think that any two date nights should be alike. I feel that in reconnecting in a relationship, I personally would say that maybe, if you can, 3 date nights a month. Okay. For some people that might be a little excessive, but I feel like you have to reconnect as often as possible with your partner, because life happens. You have friends, you have family, you have possibly children, and you have career. So with all these things going on, how do you get to build with that person that you said I love you to, that you want to spend hopefully your life with, right? How do you get that to happen? Well, date nights are the easiest way to make that happen. And be creative. At times, I do know that people do date nights at home and make it, their thing. If you're a homebody, if you guys are homebodies and that's how y'all want to express y'all love and reconnect, doing chores or housework, then by all means, go ahead and do that. I feel that date nights should be compelling, be different. Okay, go, and it doesn't, like, people feel like, okay, I gotta spend money, right? Men out here like, no, screw date nights. I don't want to do date night like that because then I gotta come out of my pocket. I gotta do this and do that. I feel like it should be almost like a game, you know? I feel like it could be a game, right? Date nights could definitely be a game, as in who can plan like the best date, and maybe the winner gets like a prize or something special at the end of the month for, the planning their date nights, right? But of course you want to do something that is going to be tailored to your partner, right? So think of things that, if they're adventurous, right? You can do things that like are simple. You don't have to spend a lot of money. People always think that when they have to spend a lot of money, you can go on this, there's a Circular or Fiverr, or Fever, depends on the woman you're with. No, I understand that. Like I said, it's all tailored to the person. However, you do want your date nights to be interesting, consistent, and fun. Those are the three things that should be there. Like I said, in dating someone, everybody has what their own interest in. But like I said, I personally feel that 3 date nights are sufficient for the month. I believe that you guys should, like I said, it's a reconnecting. So yes, it depends on the woman that you're with. But again, if you're worried about your pockets, I'm advising you that you don't have to spend a lot of money to make date night fun. I'm telling you that you can do free outings, that you can go to your local Circular in the newspaper and find out what free events are happening. You can go on Fever and find out activities that might be out of the norm, because they have an app that features activities that are just out of the norm. There's also Eventbrite. That's the app that I was thinking of, Eventbrite, so that you can look up activities that are in other cities. Like you can do like road trips. I'm just trying to let you guys know that date nights are meant to be special. They're supposed to be the change from the day to day, right? And so that's why I'm saying interesting, fun, and interactive, so that y'all have something to discuss and talk about. Because the worst thing is to have an activity that you can't discuss later on. I encourage people to do activities where you're going to want to converse about it, later on. Take pictures, Again, like I said, it all depends on the person that you're with, but it should be fun, interesting, and cause you guys to connect. Okay, so those consistently should be there in whatever activity that you so choose to do with your partner. Like I said, you can make a game of it, because I don't necessarily think that a man should do all the date nights. I feel that a woman should plan date nights too. So what is your guy interested in? And like I said, make it a game. So whoever plans the best date night, gets to have the date of their choice, at the end of the month, or something special at the end of the month, to make it fun, to make it interesting, so that you guys can go out of your way to enlighten each other. If your partner likes to read, go to a book signing, go to a book reading. For instance, we're going into spooky season, right? So this is a perfect time to get your date nights on. Okay. Well, maybe I'm talking for me mostly, because I love spooky season. Halloween is definitely one of my holidays, definitely, that I like to have fun, go out, go to different things. So this would be a time for you to explore different kinds of activities that y'all can do. Oh my God. Challenge yourself to think outside the box. I think that a lot of times, this world is meant to explore. You know, this world is meant for you to explore it. And I don't think that you should just do the run-of-the-mill activities that people do during date night. Yes, Dave and Buster's is cool. Mini golf is cool. If you guys have never done that, that's awesome. But try, like I said, if you are a person, the person that you're with is a lover of books, you know, you can go to a book reading, book signing. You know, even date night could be even reading to each other. You know, it does, like I said, doesn't have to be spending money. It's about reconnecting. And I don't think that people do enough reconnecting in this time. And when I think people do go out or people do date, what I feel that they're doing is just wanting to be outside and wanting to just have an experience rather than reconnecting with the human that they want to spend their life with, or their partner, or however long they expect to spend this time with. But in any case, they're not connecting with this soul. And that's the whole point, because we move through life very easily, stuck in our own, you know, tunnel. And the thing is that gets boring. That gets tiring, you know, just focusing on the day to day, you know. So the time that you can actually plan for your partner should be fun. You should be excited to actually want to plan a date night with your partner. And if you're not having fun planning it, then that maybe not be the person for you, or maybe you're just not a planner. And then I would say to the man that's not, because I know there's men out here that do not like to plan. They do not like to put anything together. They just like to finance it. And to you, sir or ma'am, I say that if that's what your partner is cool with, then, I mean, y'all make it work. But I encourage to sometimes go outside of yourself and do something different. If your girl is always the one that's planning, or your man's always the one that's planning, then you know what? Change it up. It doesn't have to be every single time, but you might want to say, you know what? This time I'm actually going to plan something, instead of giving my partner the, you know, just the money to plan the date. Because, and now I'm talking from my personal experience, that people want to know that you're putting in effort. You know, putting money behind something is cool, but I don't think that it acknowledges effort. You know, people do say, like, well, money is hard to come by. What if he's, like, you know, strapped for cash and he's like not balling like that? Then him paying for something is definitely, you know, something to be a blessing. And of course it is a blessing. If a person doesn't have finances like that, then it's definitely a blessing for them to, you know, take you out or to afford certain things. But at the same time, I encourage those that don't necessarily plan dates all the time to just go outside of your box and try it. You know, you might be surprised by what your partner might do, for the fact that you know, took time to go outside of yourself and do something different. You know, we all are, you know, set in our ways, but I encourage everybody to have some growth and to try something new. You know, if it doesn't work, then you know not to try it again, but at least give it an opportunity to try something and say, you know, how do you like it? I think that cooking classes are a great way to do date night, right? Because you guys are learning a skill, you're doing team building, you know, how to work together to accomplish something. So, I mean, these are things that you need to keep your relationship strong and healthy. So I encourage to do those things that are going to build your relationship. Because again, this world, like I said, we're seeing so much divorce. I didn't even know that Anthony Anderson was divorcing, him and his wife, and it was saying about how she gets to keep 2 houses. And I was going to have a conversation about that. I was going to have a conversation about how men and women, once they divorce, what is the thoughts? Why do people feel that they're entitled to certain things? And yes, I understand that time matters and everything like that. But if you didn't put in the work that your spouse put in at work, are you still entitled to that? I understand that we have, that there's prenups out here, but just to be completely honest, when you have a woman that is, and I know I'm off to a different tangent, but when you have a wife that stays home, right, and you're the breadwinner, and you guys divorce, how much is she, yes, the spousal support and everything like that, but what really is she entitled to by the hard work and everything like that? How supportive was she towards your dream business, And I feel like that should be what is dependent on what a person should get, is how much you actually put into the marriage, not just because you were there, how much did you really put into it? And I feel like that should be, personally to me, how you calculate what a person should get. But don't listen to me. I'm not even married yet. So, but that's just my thoughts, on that. My thoughts on that. But yeah. So I feel that date nights would actually decrease these divorces. You know what I'm saying? Because you get to spend, like I said, you get to spend time, get to reconnect and ask and talk about real things. Clef Music says true. Clef Music says, why she needs 2 houses, shaking my head. I don't know. I was going to talk about it, but I didn't do any research on it. So I didn't want to talk about something that I had no clue about. Excuse me. But that's what I was going to discuss, because, and I think that the things I'm talking about, date night, can kind of alleviate some of that separation that you have with your partner. I'm not going to say it's going to be the be all end all with fixing your relationship, but at least it gives you an opportunity to sit down with your partner and have real conversations, to really build, instead of a, hi there, bye there, kiss and stuff like that, to really sit down and use that time wisely. And I don't think that people really use date time wisely like they should. I don't think people use it as a time to, let's talk about our relationship. What can we fix? What can we talk about? It doesn't have to be where it's just work, but where you might be noticing in your relationship that y'all don't talk as much, right? So you might do an activity where you have to talk. Go to a game night to somewhere where you have to do charades, right? So that you have to actually have a conversation. You actually have to talk. You have to learn from each other and be able to communicate, right? Because charades, you have to be able to communicate in all different kinds of ways. And I think that will help facilitate on how you communicate with your spouse. And can definitely teach you, different ways to do that. So I think that is awesome for a person to do. Hey, Brooklyn. Hey. So, and I'm glad that he's on the live. So reminding me that all of you know that there is a showcase happening September 30th at Astoria Secrets. So make sure that you are in the building, okay? Because it is going to be magnificent, okay? Brooklyn is a fire-ass designer that has out-of-the-box design, straight up and down. So if you are in Queens on Saturday, make sure that you stop by Astoria Secrets, okay? And I will be walking, of course, so do come and check me out, okay? Clef Music says, If we don't talk like that, then we shouldn't be together. Brooklyn, so Jules says, get ready for this Saturday. Yep, get ready for this Saturday, baby, because it's going to be on point. And I agree with you. If you're not talking like that, then you shouldn't be together. But again, that is what happens to relationships after a while. You know, people will get comfortable with the day-to-day. Sometimes people feel that their relationships are so good that the communication actually dies down, and they're not able to communicate as effectively as they were when they first started. Hey, how are you doing? We need to link up. You definitely need to link up. I know I've been neglectful, so we need to link up soon. So, yeah, I will definitely be in touch, because you tapped me a text message and I haven't replied yet, and I do apologize for that. So yeah, I just stopped. This is just I just stopped by to say hello. I'm here working, getting things ready. Talk to you later. Yes, I will talk to you later. Love you. Mwah. I will call him back. Just hit me, love. You know where I'm at. Yes, I do. I do know where you're at. So, and I definitely will do so. So, have a great night. And yes, I will speak to you in the morning. Yeah. Love you too, Brooklyn. Have a great evening. But you want to be able to build. And like I said, I feel and I see out here that people aren't actually using their date nights effectively, or having date nights at all, you know. And if they are having date nights, then it's focused on the food. It's focused on the atmosphere. Let's take pictures around here. It's all of that rather than focusing on the person that's in front of you and saying, you know what, let's put our phones away, you know, and just have a conversation. You know, tell me about your week. What was the best part about your week? What was the worst part about your week? You know, have real conversation that you guys can connect. And that's just the basis of what I'm here to talk about this evening with you guys. Like I said, it wasn't going to be a whole long conversation because I did come here late, and I do extremely apologize about that, because I was a whole half an hour late, because the event that I was at lasted way longer than I expected it to. But in any case, you look amazing. I go still on the clock. Okay. Good night. Good night. Let me take these earrings out. Ugh. Can't wait. Wear fake jewelry too long. Okay. Break out. Get it from my mama. Gotta wear real shit, you know? So, yeah, you want to do something that makes you guys work on the things that are challenging for you. If you find that it is difficult for you guys to meet in the middle, then use date night to be able to accomplish that. You know, I don't necessarily feel that you can always just have a conversation with your person. If you can, I would love that. But sometimes it is not a clear connection. And for those that it's not a clear connection, sometimes it's by showing and modeling the behavior that they can learn from you. So what I'm saying is, even if you can't tell your partner, like, we're bad at communicating, you know, do an activity that highlights that and that can help you improve on it. You know, you're only as good as your best weapon, right? So make sure that your tools are all sharpened and that you're able to have a clear communication with your person, that you're able to problem solve together. You know, there's things that people, you know, that you look for to do in your relationship. And if you find that those things are not as effective as you would like to, I feel that date night is a beautiful and awesome time for you guys to, like I said, reconnect. It's all about the reconnection, about date night. Like I said, people use it, oh, let's get away from the kids, or let's do something different. I applaud you that you want to get away from the kids. I applaud you that you want to do something different. But the whole point of it is for you to be able to reconnect with that person and be able to have a stronger bond than you did before. Because like I said, again, relationships decrease over time because we allow life to get in the way. Night Angel Exodus Presents says, even if commission is great, a night out or a weekend away from the norm can be great to reconnect and rebalance. Yes, exactly. We're here with it. So definitely, you want to reset. It's about resetting yourself, resetting the relationship. If there's been a lot of negativity, that you can be able to reset and reconvene and be able to learn from each other again. I have hope in relationships, but you have to want to do the work. And I feel, and I know that people are getting tired of wanting to do the work, that they feel because of their own trauma and their own hang-ups or whatever. Why do I have to give this much, or why do I have to do that much? And they're constantly looking at the other person to do the work, when really it takes two of you. Y'all didn't go into a relationship by yourself. You can't work on it by yourself. Cut me this facts. So I just urge everyone to do what's necessary in your relationship. Whether it is a friendship turning into a relationship, or you've been in a relationship for a long time. That just says, I still believe in love. I'm happy to hear that. And I strongly believe in love too. I believe that everybody can find it. It's there for the taking. You just have to be open and be willing to compromise, because you're not going to find your perfect person. You might find the perfect person for you, but they're not going to be perfect in every single way. They're not going to check maybe every single box. There might be something that they're not that great on, And it's like, are you going to turn down this person because they don't check all of your boxes? Or are they treating you in a way that you can see yourself with them, even if you have to compromise a little? Because life is about compromising. Stephanie says, so what's up? Laughing. Boy, I'm not, Clef, you played, I'm not even going to go there with you. I'm not even going to go there with you. When you're serious, I'll know. But until then, me and you, baby, are just cool beans, right? So, hello. Welcome. If you haven't been here before, welcome to Kaynichole After Dark, where we talk relationships and build a bridge between the genders. And of course, my hair oil, make sure you check it out. I'm really not serious. Okay. Well, there's a person for a person that's not serious either. There's someone for everybody, And I feel like if you say what you want, you'll find the person that will give it to you. Okay? If you say, yo, I'm not about a relationship, I just want to have one night stands, I just want to sleep with you, shorty, and stuff like that. There's a female that will acquiesce to that. I'm not her, but there are females out there that will acquiesce to that and will meet that standard and be happy to sleep with you with no questions asked, no relationship required. She would just drop her panties for you, so no worries. Lips and voice not same time, mismatching. Okay. Well, that might be on your camera. Okay. Next. Exactly. Next. So there's a pot for every lid for every pot. You just have to make it known. And that is the one thing that we definitely need more of in relationships is being honest. You know, whether you rip it off like a band-aid or you rip it off slow, however you choose to go about it, just be honest about it. I can't be, Kaynichole means, what do you mean? I lost my train of thought with that. I don't know what Kaynichole means, what. But shit, I lost my train of thought. I can't remember what I was gonna say. Damn it. But I forgot what I was gonna say. But in any case, right, you want to build. Regardless, this platform is because I want people to build. I want people to have healthier relationships. I want people to communicate. Oh, right, being honest. MJ Redman, proud to be lady born other or women. Huh? I don't know what that means. Night Injustice presents as being honest and consistent. Yes. It is completely and totally necessary for that to be in the relationship. You know, I can't see a relationship thriving without it. And so, again, like I said, whether it be you having differences, it be taking the bandage off quick or slow, be honest with people. Be real with your person. Don't lead them astray. Don't confuse them. You know, let them know exactly what it is, so that they can act accordingly. You know, I feel in life, you know, oftentimes people think that leaving you in the dark is the best way for you, or being able to, you know, maneuver in a certain way is best if you're in the dark. And I can tell you from my personal experience that you always want to be transparent. I don't wish anybody a relationship that is not transparent and open. MJ Redman says, you're proud to be a woman or mother or daughter or lady. I'm just proud to be me. And it took a while to get there, you know, because I can be very judgmental of myself. I can be very judgy. And how I judge another person, I am 10 times harder on myself. So when they say, oh, when you judge somebody, like there's 300 fingers pointing back at you, there's already way more than that. So I know that because of the kind of person that I am. So Clef Music says, there's someone I want to love, but she's scared. Well, if you want to love her, then show her that she has nothing to fear with you. If she's fearful, then maybe you're giving her a reason to be fearful. And you might want to talk to her about that and say, you know, why are you fearful of having a relationship with me and this, that, and third, you know? But again, being honest, you know, if you realize that, don't dance around it, you know, deal with that shit head on, you know? Hey, Jerry. My work husband is on the line. But this was bothering me. I'm sorry, I had to open it. It was bothering the hell out of me. But yeah, you want to have a person that's going to treat you right. Be honest. And give it to you when times is hard, you know? Because that's the worst. When people don't want to keep it a buck when times are hard. And that's the time when you need to be honest. Not try to skirt away from the issue. Told her the truth. You might want to get on my live so I can understand what you're talking about, Clef. Because told her the truth about what? Or you can talk to me about it later. And if it's interesting enough, I'll bring it back to the live next week. So, yeah. But you want to be able to be with somebody that is going to be real with you. And date nights, I feel highlight certain issues. You can just have a time where you guys are just together and be able to talk those things out, because you can't talk about it when you're dealing with the everyday stuff, when you're passing each other, heading to work, or at the end of the night. I hate having conversations sometimes at the end of the night. Thank you. Sometimes I hate having conversations at the end of the night, because they can be they can turn negative, right? And then that turns your night negative, and then maybe you can't sleep well, and it's just not good. It's just not positive, right? So I feel like date night is definitely those times where you can have those conversations and be able to come together in an environment where there's other people around, so you can't yell, you can't scream, you got to be on your best behavior. But there's some people that don't care if there's somebody around, they still gonna act up. I'll call me, I feel alive, I'll tell you the story. Okay. If I can stay up that late, because it's already 11:20 and I got work in the morning. But I should go now, because I don't have too much to say left on this topic, except that I'm yawning. Excuse me. That date nights are necessary. Date nights should be fun. Date nights should be different. They should be interesting, and they should lead to team building, because that is what you guys are. You guys are not enemies. Y'all are a team. So you want to do exercises, do date nights that explore that encourage that build that. And on that note, I am going to say adieu. Night Angel Exodus Presents says every single couple or even friendships need an environment and outing to refresh themselves and each other. Of course, I 110% agree, which is why I brought up this topic. So, so yes, everybody should be able to spend time with the person that they care about in a zone where they can reconnect and learn to love each other stronger and harder. So thank you for tuning in to this super late Kaynichole After Dark. Anything that you've missed in the past, be sure to check out the past YouTubes on Worlds of Kaynichole. It is in my bio. Thank you for tuning in. Have a wonderful night. And above all, always keep your crown straight.